Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adobe Live. We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we are streaming from today and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. My name is Flynn. I'm hosting today, and I'm here with fantastic Ramesh Harikrishnasamy. Hi, Ramesh. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Flynn. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We had a great stream yesterday. We had a little Instagram live stream the day before. So this is day 3 of us hanging out, which is lots of fun.
Yeah, I had so much fun yesterday, even though there was like a hiccups in between. Thank God everything went well. And again, I'm sure most of you who have viewed it, you know the power of photo manipulation and generative fill. Literally, you can do things within minutes. So within an hour, you literally saw how it was done. You can go watch that stream that was streamed yesterday. As it's in the YouTube and Behance, of course. And then today we're gonna see a more fun version of Adobe Live. So I can't wait to show.
Okay, cool. More fun version. Well, I had fun yesterday, so that's great. I can see a bunch of folks in chat. If you're there, if you've got any questions as we're going along, please don't hesitate to throw them in chat. Anything that Ramesh does, he's fantastic at explaining his thought process, but he can work very quick as well. So don't hesitate to throw questions in. Alessandra has her snacks ready to go. That's great. Rachel's from New Zealand. Hello. Fantastic
Hi.
to have you there. But yeah, so we're live on YouTube and Behance. We're going to get stuck into it. Have a poke around in Photoshop. Ramesh, without further ado, should we jump in? What do you have in store for us today?
Sure. If you guys can see on my screen right now, it's a beautiful image of, I think it's a university and whatever not. Look, it can be an office building. And the main focus here is a lady over there. Again, like any other stream, I always have a story behind things to get things more interesting for me to work on. So imagine her name is Mira. Mira is a design student, art student to be specific. She is now sketching something on a book while listening to a song that she liked. And this is inspired from something that I shared with Flynn earlier from the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Not sure if you guys have watched it. You know, it's starring Ben Stiller. It's about, working at a workplace like 9 to 5 can be intense sometimes whenever you want to okay, none of the ideas are coming in because you're kind of stuck. But just imagine, close your eyes, imagine yourself being a place that you really like. It can be by the beach side, it can be in a park where everything's so green, so beautiful, so that the creative juice literally will flow right after that, right? So imagine that being reflected in this photo. So earlier today, what I've done is I crop Mira out from the picture. So this is the cropping. Let me just zoom in, right? So this, what I did was I just crop her out from that particular photo like this. So that's the outline and whatever not. And then if you zoom out, just like that. And then after I select her, I remove her out from the picture. And of course, I use generative fill to just remove. And I'm going to show you tons of ideas. How can you remove stuff, add stuff, and whatever not. So this is the original picture. And I thought it would be nice to change the scenery according to what I think is best for Mira to get her creative juice out.
Right.
So let me see. Yeah. So I have few ideas that I thought would be nice. So imagine, there are places that we will have in mind to go. Usually beach is one of it. Why don't we change? Again, I'm just selecting the background here. And I'm going to just go to generative field, say beach, right? So what it does is that it will analyze the photo, it analyze the colors, try to suit the background according to the hue and saturation of the picture, and try to come up with 3 different variations that will work. So look at that.
Wow.
This is like nobody can tell, like, is this real or not, right? It's crazy.
So I just want to break this down very quickly because we kind of spoke about this in the previous stream, and I think it's a really important step for photo manipulation and also using Gen AI. You cut out, you know which area you're going to change. So you did a clipping mask, or you otherwise cut out, you separated the character from the background. So it kind of looks, if you only just tuned in before Ramesh did that, it kind of looks like he just selected everything and then magic, the background. But you've cut it out, but also you did the generative fill between those layers.
Correct.
generative fill will take the information from
It
the
will
layer
be in
below
between.
it.
Yeah,
So it'll always be
correct.
below. So I just want to kind of cover that because it's something that happened in the previous stream. And it's not really something that I've played around with too much myself, even though I've done so much Gen AI stuff. And it was just a really good tip. And I think it's a really good takeaway for today because it looks like Ramesh is just like everything just somehow works magically for him. But it's actually, I think that step is really crucial. So I just wanted to draw it out today.
Yeah. Thanks, Flynn.
Cool.
So yeah, always make sure that you know where to add in the generative fill. Again, I always say this: you are in control, so you know the foreground doesn't change. So that's the method, right? So what is the concept here? This is like the foreground of the. You can see she's always on top. So I have a background right at the back, but I want things to change in between them. So that's why the generative fill was done in between those layers, right? So that's one example of the beach. Let's see two more. That's cool. It's a bit rough. See, and this is cool as well. But I really like the first one. I think it's very muted, and again, it looks seamless. Yeah, and there are more things that we can add. So by adding, you can go any layers, but you just need to know where exactly. Right now, I'm gonna just go on top of that picture and add in more stuff. The front here is pretty blank, so I'm gonna just highlight just like this, and let's add in some grass. This is kind of like concrete floor there, so it'd be nice to add in some greens. So yeah, it's this is when your imagination or ideas comes in. Like you literally throw in like stuff that you think that might work with this photo and your end goal, right? Literally, you want to see her. There you go. Super cool.
Yeah.
Like there's also a dab in it, like as if like she is sitting right on top of a particular base, a cement, right?
Yeah,
Even
it's
this.
given it. It's kind of raised her up above the grass level. So I put like a gutter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. It's like one of the example. You can even go beyond by adding more stuff. Like for example, if you think again, it's like the beach side. Sometimes this can be really heaty, humid. Maybe you want to have some like water. Maybe you can have like a highlight just like that and call this a water bottle. All the little edits that you think you can think of possible with generative fill is about, again, just focus on the stuff that you want to add in. Make sure that it looks nice, like real. Also, on top of that, always make sure that you go in and try to go in and alter things. Like I said, you are the control. And on top of this, there's a lot of things that I can think of. Like, for example, I can even edit the color while this is happening. This is something I want to highlight. Yesterday, I did use color lookup. There are other things that you guys can explore. A lot of people go in and just type things, right? But you also notice there's like little circle with like divider over there. That's actually adjustment. So this is adjustment. So if I roll over on the picture, it kind of create the adjustments that I want.
Is that the same as
like
color lookup, or is that something a bit different?
It's a presets of color lookup that's already been done for you. You can do further adjustment down here. There you go, color adjustment. Color lookup is still there. These are like things that you can still do on the go. Where I think some people was like, do I need to like make it a smart object and then open a new file and edit over there? You can get it all done in that file itself while still focusing on stuff that you want to add in. So you don't have to like keep jumping in a different canvas to get things done. So I just want to focus on that. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing that you can do. Yeah. So this is one example. I think it's nice. I don't want to add any more items, but there are some things that I want to do. I want to copy merge and I want to put it in a blank canvas. There's a reason behind it. Only Flynn knows. Not gonna reveal it now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start deleting what we have just done. And I'm gonna come up with a new idea now. So this is Mira, right? So Mira can also probably get some idea sketching away while waiting for a train. Why don't we change the background to maybe city landscape? Maybe the trains, like it's the metro is the middle of the city. Landscape. There you go. So again, in between, if you notice, I just selected in between the layer to have that view of a city. So she's now going back to the city. She's sitting, waiting for the train track to come. There you go. It's like a metro. It's like a busy city going on behind. We can even generate even more. Let's get city skyline.
It's great. Should we take a suggestion from chat?
Yes.
Okay.
It should be fun. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do that.
Yeah, throw in something in chat if you like. If you have something in mind, what's the could be background, maybe foreground, maybe just an environment or something, and we can kind of come up with it.
Yeah.
Or let us know
Any
what
props,
city what city you're in. Is there something from your town or country or city? That would be quite cool. We get to. I think we had some folks from New Zealand in chat at the beginning of the stream. So
okay. Let's try New Zealand then.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Let's see what Gen AI thinks New Zealand is. That's great.
Yeah. So I just typed in New Zealand city. Let's see how it creates the image. Also, it knows that, she's on the foreground. You can see, okay, I don't know, is this a part of New Zealand? I know there's a lot of mountain range over there, isn't it? Oh, this looks like New Zealand.
It's hills. There's lots of like cities on the coast and stuff. I don't know. Let us know. New Zealand experts in the chat. How did it go? That mountainous kind of blue mountains, kind of the middle one, I think could be Queenstown almost.
Yeah.
That kind of thing with less buildings. It's prettier than that. It's
right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like breathtaking. So
you've been there, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, Queenstown. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Right. One of the places I want to go.
Yeah, yes, strong recommend. And we've got Brock in chat has said the airport. So that's good. That's nice and international.
Oh. Okay. So it's just airport? Is like no particular city? Okay, let's try
particular airport. Okay. I've heard the Singapore airport is beautiful. I've never been there though. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, I've been. It's beautiful. It's like surreal, and they always have this idea of breathtaking elements added to the airport. It's not airport usually a place where it's so busy, like you just want to go in and get out.
Yeah.
But in this airport, oh, that's so cool. Airport is where if you're influencer, probably you will just spend one whole day taking photos, especially the water that flows in.
Yeah, I've seen photos.
Yes. There's also one glass, I heard they add in like a panel where the waterfall just flows in to the entrance of somewhere. I can't remember where. But it's real, as if like you are entering a pathway in between a waterfall.
Wow.
So it's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Wow, this is literally an airport. Looks like a runway. Okay. Oh, this is pretty cool. This looks like a very edgy airport over here. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's like an indoor bit, but so cool. And then I thought it would be nice to also, maybe this is just waiting for her cab. So like similarly, what I'm going to do here is, what if we add a river, just a flow of river? Let's see what it does. Okay, it's in an airport. Let's see how cool the blending gonna be here.
I wanted to just kind of chat about prompting very quickly as well. Like we've had some folks on, I think we had Joy Chen on recently, and she had the amazing prompt game. Oh, that looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about prompting, because something that I've noticed, and I want to see if you agree, is when I'm searching in Firefly for something very specific, I'll often write quite a lot out. Like I'm trying to be very specific and clear on what I'm after. Whereas I find for like within Photoshop, when I'm trying to use generative fill, I find actually the shorter, the better.
Works well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that in your experience?
Yes. Reason is because you are literally creating a scene from zero. Right? There's nothing else you have with you. There's no reference image unless you have reference image. There's no reference image. You're just typing out something that can be anything, any possibilities, isn't it? But when it comes to this, like you said, this works well because there's already a base. Right. There's already an image, and what it works is it works around it. So, I already have something. Let me see how can whatever that you type works well for this photo. So that's the reason why the prompts are shorter, so that you don't have to go crazy in terms of like writing an essay. You just need to specifically say which part where you want me to add things. So that's the difference.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And again, like the reflection is amazing.
Yes.
Like how you can see the reflection of the outside space, and then you can still see a shadow of her. See, these are like the things that will take probably hours for me to edit to make sure the reflection is there. You know, I have to change the hue and saturation. But there's a beauty in creating something fast like this, because again, ideas will just fly away if you just sit on it. But in this way, you can just quickly execute new ideas again and again. So yeah, so this is
Nice.
pretty cool, which I'm gonna keep and copy merge, and let me edit here. Within minutes, we created 2 scene already. Is there anybody else in the chat wanna recommend something?
Yeah, we have a few more. I think maybe these have come from YouTube, so I missed it at the start. Can you put her on the mountain?
Mountain, that is amazing. Mountain range. Let's add that in.
See how we go. We're talking about if it looked like New Zealand, how accurate it was. Brock said it looks like a mix of Queenstown down south and Auckland City in the north. And then I think Rachel also confirmed it looks a bit like Auckland. So there you go. I've only been to Auckland once. So I don't really remember what it looks like. But there we go. Pretty accurate. Not too bad. Hey,
Yeah.
this is like Sound of Music mountains.
Yeah, Sound of Music mountains. This is amazing.
That's pretty
Look
great.
okay, there's one thing I really want to emphasize. Did you see, okay, the explanation that I gave yesterday when I did my photo manipulation, the further it is, the faded it will be.
Yeah.
Right? So if on the foreground, it's similar when you take photos of any person sitting here and focusing on them, everything else at the back will get washed out or either faded out depending on your exposure and whatever not. But did you see how faded it is compared to the foreground? That's crazy. Like
even
it literally analyzes the image.
The
Yeah, exactly. Even the other mountain.
There,
Yeah.
it's giving you that. I mean, that's a perfect example.
The depth.
That depth.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool here. And on the foreground, I thought would be nice to actually add maybe some flowers. So I'm gonna just do oops. Again, I'm using just polygonal lasso to select.
And
that's one of my favorite.
That's the other crazy thing about just how rough you can select, because
yeah.
For those that don't know, like it'll blend it itself, right? So you actually don't have to. You don't have to be doing a gradient or any feathering or anything like that. You can just really roughly grab the lasso with your mouse and or trackpad or whatever you've got. And it'll do the hard work for you.
Yeah, it does all the blending for you. There won't be any shortcut. It will try to blend whatever things that you have selected, and I think it has like a feather and whatever not built in. There you go. Yeah, this is amazing.
Sure. Oh, nice.
I love this. Oh, look at the depth.
Yeah.
Right? Like she's in focus, and the flowers, there you go. Wow, matches her clothes. And again, the colors are super amazing here. This is so cool. I don't know which one to select. I'll leave it up to Flynn. Pick one and then let me know.
I'm just going to pick number 2. I think the blurry one. Is that the blurry one? The out of focus.
Yeah, it's the blurry one.
Blurry one. But yeah, that's crazy that it's read the image and it's given it depth. Like it's is blurry because she's so sharp. But the whole image, the original image, I think was like almost completely sharp. Like it didn't have a lot of depth. So it's interesting that
I'm going to show you the original image. There you go.
So you can tell that this is like I mean, I'm going to show my ignorance for camera technology if I talk too much about this, but it wasn't like a heavy focus on her. There's a lot in the scene that is very sharp. But then something's happened in the process, probably by adding the depth of the mountain, that the Photoshop is like, okay, like this, she has to be really in focus. That would be out of focus. Therefore, the foreground, here's an option where it's kind of out of focus as well, which it's kind of crazy that it's doing that.
I know. And also it like literally provides the blurry ones and non-blurry ones, because knowing that humans, we need options. So you know, so rather than you getting this flower and obviously you can use Gaussian blur to just blur it gives you an option to just blur it for you. So I think that's amazing.
Hey, this is
I've
just got a question. I've got a question from chat as you're doing that. It's a good question because I don't know the answer to it. Brock has asked, can you do prompts for changing the color, or are there other AI techniques for that?
Changing color?
Like in the
Color
prompt,
of any
I think.
particular...
So I
Oh,
think
in
if,
the
like,
prompt?
my
Okay.
understanding, correct me if I'm wrong on this assumption, but I'm guessing we just
Sure.
had all these colorful flowers and you mentioned that it matched her clothes. So could we within the prompt say I want yellow flowers or I want blue flowers or pink flowers?
Let's
Like, is
try
that,
it. Let's
yeah,
try it
let's
out.
try it out.
Let's
Try
try
it
it
out.
out.
This is the
Let's try it out.
Ramesh and Flynn experimentation hour. Lives. Let's try.
Okay,
some
so
stuff out.
tell me
This
what
is
color
always
do you
great
want.
to do with someone that. Let's go green.
Green? Okay.
Why not?
Okay. Just green? Like
The
flower
worst
in
color.
green? What?
I
Okay.
guess so. I don't
Flowers
know.
in green? Okay. Okay, let's try that. I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I'll leave it up to Generative Field to figure it out. I'm gonna just type it in.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of green flower we get.
And then I guess if it
I think
doesn't
it's
work,
possible.
and sometimes it's like inconsistent or whatever, there's obviously other techniques to change the
Yeah.
colors, right?
Well, they give you a like a bushes because I don't know, it's still red. Yeah. Okay, let's try like very specific.
Yes.
Yellow flowers only. So I'm giving like that only thing, right?
Right.
Let's see if it works. Yellow flowers only. So that you don't get creative. I am still in control. Let's see if that works.
And then I think to follow on from that, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just demonstrating, let's say the colors come through wrong, you can't get it quite the right color. How would you edit that to make it the color that you like? Would you be all right to do that?
Perfect.
That'd be cool.
Yes, I'm ready to do that. Okay, so yellow flower only give me what I need, which is perfect.
There you go.
It does work. So I think you have to be, it's all about the prompts, right? You go in and you tell exactly what they want. I do have few examples. So to sidetrack a bit, last night I actually did a lot of exploration on this. And the best part is, you know who joined me? My daughter and my wife.
Oh, great.
So knowing that, which you guys, I think if you have like 5 minutes later on, I'm gonna show you things that my daughter asked for.
Yes.
And she gets it, and she was so happy, and she get creative. I want clouds with rainbow at the back. I want funfair park. And I'm like, okay, calm down. I don't know if it's possible, but literally, you can get whatever she asked for. So it's crazy.
That's great. That's great. I love that.
Okay, let's do the thing that you asked, right? Like for example, that this yellow is pretty muted. And it's pretty vibrant. So if I want to mute the color a bit, there's two things that you have to think of, which I think Generative Field hopefully will do something about this. This is one challenge that I have, but I think it's something that they can fix in the future. Did you notice when it does flower in a green, I'm gonna hide the rest of the layer. That it's not transparent, the flower is.
Right.
Do you
this
see
is what
that?
we were talking about before. The selection can be rough, but actually it also means that layer is as rough as you cut it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to on everything back, the mountain and the flower, if I want to adjust the flower, here's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna press on Control U, and if I want to desaturate, see what happens, right? Saturate, saturate, saturate. It kind of affects the background as well. Yeah, I need to zoom in to see the.
It's a bit hard to see
like,
that with the gray.
Yeah, exactly. True.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can even dim it, but since the foreground is, the brick is already in gray, which is like, thank God, it doesn't make a lot of difference here, but which is perfect here for this picture. But there are like issues with any other things. Like for example, probably I want to change some elements of the mountains, but then it will be a patch over there. If I were to do a cleanup, it will be a problem because it kind of merged with the background, and that patch is really hard to clean. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, let's see. Let me create one more image here. Like for example, let me pin some. Oh, okay. Let's put a handbag. Okay, handbag. I think she needs one. So I'm gonna add in handbag, and I'm gonna do the corrections that you guys asked for just now and see what happens. There you go. The handbag looks so realistic. I can even choose like, wow. Oh, I also have an extra shoe. I'm not sure what's that for, but looks like a. Looks like a Santa shoe. I
boot.
don't.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But see, it's so seamless, right? So cool. But now let's do the adjustment that I want to do. Like I want to change the color. Let's say, like, do you notice like the green and whatever not appears because it's not transparent? So this is the issue that I was talking about earlier. So if you want to fix this, what I always do is that I will go back to that image itself. I will select. There you go. It's already selected for me, like this. And I will try to duplicate the layer.
Yes.
And then I will remove everything else outside of it. So I'm gonna just invert the selection, and I'm gonna remove. There you go. Now only the back is selected. You can't see it obviously because there you go. If I zoom out, I can now move the back without the background.
Nice.
So I mask it, like, yeah. So these are the adjustment that you, again, like I said, it already provides you like 90% of it. So there's no harm for you to go in and just do small little edits to your needs.
Yeah, that's great. And keep in mind as well, it might have added shadow and light and things. So you might move it, it might not look quite right. But yeah, definitely for things like isolating something to change the saturation or add an adjustment or changing the color. Really, really good technique. And just something to be aware of as well, so you don't get like selecting your whole like marquee, however you selected that in the first place.
Yeah. Okay, next we're gonna try a different scene. She's actually waiting for train to come. So let's try railway track. I hope I get what I want. Again, just focus on the lightings and everything else. I don't have to do much unless there's some weird props being popped out, but if that can be solved using clone stamp. But because it's a railway track, what the back of my mind is that it's similarly, there you go, she should be on above level, like, you know, it's down. So there's actually a, you know, it literally knows that she has to be above the base.
Right.
So it's crazy how things works here. We go and for the background, let's have a beautiful. Anybody have any idea? Let's see.
What was this for?
It can be. So this is actually a railway track. She's waiting for a train to come. But again, the background can be anything. So we don't have to be like so rigid, like, oh, then it has to be like railway station. No, we can go furthermore. Let's try. I don't know. Let's wait for viewers to ask.
Okay. Anyone got anything? We'll give you a minute.
Yeah.
That's great. We did have a suggestion of a hockey rink before.
Hockey what?
Rink.
Sorry?
A hockey rink.
Oh. Okay. How do you?
HOCK.
Like hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, hockey. Yeah.
EY, I think. RINK.
Okay. RINK. Hockey rink.
Hockey rink.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's try that.
That's pretty weird for a background because a hockey rink is like, you know, like a like a cricket field. And I know this wasn't a suggestion for this one. I'm just using something that we haven't got to yet.
Okay.
Let's just
try it out.
We got to find out.
Well, I'm learning something new. That's cool. Oh wow!
Oh, there you go. It's put you outside of a like a venue.
It literally
that is
inside of the
rink. Yeah, that's great.
That's great. I mean, here, like, you know, you can still, of course, there's another thing about generative fill is that it cannot spell things out for you. I think you still need to use like type it out the text wise. Because it's trying to, like, you know, calculate all the things that he has in the library to portray what we need for the generative field. So it might go wrong when it comes to like copy. You can always erase it, but yeah, again, like I said, the mood is already there. It looks so clean, you know, the colors blends well. So let's try out. It can be just, what if it's a green park in New York? Something green for the background.
Nice. I don't know if the music just kicked on for everybody else, but I'm just turning it down a little bit just in case because it's pretty loud over here. Never know. Thanks for the questions, everybody. It's been great. Oh, that's cool. That is like looks exactly like New York. Oh,
yeah.
What did you get? Did you get the?
Yeah, literally. prompt saying that, sometimes you will have like issues of like whatever I don't know, maybe I said New York could be a problem. I don't know, it's a venue name, so still okay, I don't know. So again, they're upgrading time to time, so probably an error, but it gave me the result that I need. Or it's still under construction. Usually in any movies, you see people are like working in the middle of the road, like construction. It gives me a realistic view of New York.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, you know what? Railway track doesn't work for this. I'm gonna just call this. What if it's a road? Just a road.
Just a road. And we have a question. While that's generating, I'm just going to ask you this question, and then we can get to it as we're going through a little bit later. Question was, can you explain the tools on the generate bar once a layer has been generated?
Oh, okay, sure.
I think the contextual bar changes once you've generated something, and just a little bit of your thoughts on what the tools are. We'll just have a look at it together. That'd be great.
That'll be perfect. So there you go. The road doesn't look like literally like a road. It's like those edges of the road, which is perfect. It's not like those brick with black and white. I mean, Malaysia, we have that. So this is literally looks like a park side of the road. So there you go. Like,
oh, that's good. Yeah.
A different dimension. It's also because the way I kind of like selected, remember it was like slanted line. So I don't know if that's the case why it has this curved lines. So it's pretty cool. So now I'm going to just jump into a question. There you go. There's actually a subtract of the mask. Let's click on it. And I think I can remove stuff. So, okay. So here's the railway track, right? So I'm going to just go into the picture. And can you see this? It says it's actually an icon brushed with a negative, right? There's also a brush with a positive sign. So I guess it's removing and adding stuff. I don't know. Let's try it out. Okay. So subtract, remove things. So basically it's just removing so that you don't have to, I think this is useful for those who are not so familiar with how do I switch to masking? How do I remove stuff and whatever not?
It's like a quick mask, right? Like a quick mask. There might be something that's generated that you want to take out, or as you're doing right now, maybe you want to fade back that pavement in. Yeah,
exactly. It's like adjustment that we did for the handbag. It's just that I know literally what I need, but I can do exact same thing to the handbag just now if I want to. Just go in and erase stuff. But I know the bag is super solid because it's very intense in color, which is black. That's the reason why the selection was perfect, right? Like for stuff like this, if I want to remove stuff, I can do so, which is just like, I want to make sure the bricks are visible, so I can do all this adjustment myself. So it brings back the original background, which is cool. This is for those who are not so familiar with like masking, whatever not, they can just control. So they give control over there for you. So that's pretty cool. Next, we have add to mask will be the opposite side, which is it brings back everything else. If I zoom in, it brings back everything else that I need, right? So that's that. We also have density, let's see, of masking. Not so familiar with this one. Looks like a transparency. Can you see my masking layer?
Yeah.
It increases the intensity of the layer mask, but most of the time we're gonna just work on a black and white. We don't need something in between. We also have this. Oh, this is to disable the masking.
Yep.
Right. So that, and we also have one more. This is black and white overlay. Oh, this to see what are the areas that you actually. This is super useful for those who are very, very particular on like, I don't know where's the real image is. I'm lost. So those people who are like, okay, I know the white area is where the masking is happening, so it's not really altering the original image, right? So that's for that. There's few more. Reset layer mask without you doing anything. I think. There you go. There's nothing. Meaning it's not. If I disable it, nothing happened. Not so familiar with this one as well. Invert masking. There you go. It removes everything else because it's black, right?
Right.
And there's also load as selection. There's nothing much to do here. And next would be, let me see, is there anything else? More properties will be the colors, I guess. There you go.
Yeah.
It's also because we are on the masking side, that's why the limitation is there. So if you want to do more adjustment, you just click on that image and then you can get more stuff where you can rate it good or poor. If the result is not so good, it's not according to what you want. So this is super good. I do, if there are times where I really think the output is not something great. There are many times I literally say poor because I really want it to improvise as time goes by, because I know I'm someone who will go in and use this all the time, isn't it? So it's like a selfish thing. Again, I'm not doing it for myself, for all the designers out there, knowing that you guys will need it. So, and also more properties. I think this will be down here, the different options.
Right. Cool.
Oh, there's another thing I want to talk about. You can always duplicate that particular thing, and you can, how do I say this? Okay, let's say I have a selection of two, top and bottom, right? Okay, I'll just give you an example so that I can show you rather than explaining. Okay, top and bottom. I don't know. Let me call this just green plant. I don't know if he's gonna give me hanging trees and whatever not.
Right.
But the point.
Oh, we lost Ramesh. Oh no. So this happened. This happened a little bit yesterday. Oh, his screen's back. So we can see some of this. Maybe we can see what he's doing. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. Yeah, here he goes. He's coming back. Hey, Ramesh. Yeah,
hey, hi.
You're back.
Oh,
you're back.
Everything looks okay from my side. I was like, what?
Okay. It was different to yesterday as well. You just disappeared, and then you kind of screen came back, and then you came back. But hey, we're back. All good. We can see everything.
All right. So, okay. As I was talking earlier, I don't know where did I start, but because I did two selections, right? Top and bottom. And there are times where you'll probably be thinking, but I like the bottom one, but not so much of the upper leaves. Is there more options? There is. So we can see more options. There you go. Like that. It's like someone is like picking on her, isn't it? But
yeah,
but I like this bottom part, but not so much of the top part. So what you can always do is you can duplicate, and then you can throw the original, like I said, the masking. Okay, which is we're gonna just quickly use this one over here,
right?
And we remove what we don't need, and we can add in what we like, which is another leaf on top. But I don't like the bottom one, which I'm gonna remove.
Nice.
There you go. In that way, then I have two elements that I need. So, like I said, you can always use whatever you generate without, like, you don't have to like thinking, oh shit, does that mean I need to like restart again, like redo again? No, you don't have to.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry for using the word S word, but yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, and I just, since this is like all tips and tricks and stuff, something that we were discussing yesterday as well. And when you were doing the handbag thing, I quickly just jumped onto adobe.firefly.com to see what the handbags are being generated now on there. And it was really like in detail as well. So you can, of course, always go to Firefly, generate something, and then drag it in. You can even remove the background in Firefly like really quickly. It uses Express, and you can copy and paste it and just pop it in. I've done that a bunch of times just to get something kind of big and high res, and then kind of shrink it back down. So just another little tip.
Yeah, and always make sure smart object, because there are times where you want to scale it even higher, then you get blurred. So always bring something into Photoshop and quickly make it a smart object. It's super useful for the future. You will never know. Again, coming from a designer who have gone through so much in life. So always smart object yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we have this part. I'm gonna just copy again and paste it on top. We've done this. We've done that. Oh boy. Again, we can go all day long. Okay, there are a few more things that we can do. What if there's actually a forest behind with waterfall? I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but you'll never know.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, always give importance to the tip that's given up here. Like for example, it says trim file sizes by deleting unused variations. super important. You can see massive file size reduction in your file, because obviously we want to make sure that our hard disk stores only useful stuff, isn't it? So every time you generate something, like for example, okay, I have this and I want to duplicate this, and I thought probably I don't need this, I need a new one. So I'm sure the end of the final version that you have, you really don't want to use this layer, delete it, because it carries so much of file size, because the image, obviously, because it's very large in size, right? So yeah, so it helps reduce the file size, and it's useful for you to transfer to your work buddy or through whatever software or thumb drive and whatever not, in a very small file size.
Yeah.
So please give importance to tips. It's super useful.
It's a good tip.
So now we have waterfall.
That's great. Waterfalls came through really nice.
Yeah, I love this. Maybe on the foreground, I thought it would be nice to just have some bushes as well. Again, we can go beyond, like for example, I can go, again, I'm just randomly selecting like that. And then let's have some green bushes, just to have that framing kind of thing. Green bushes. Oh, it kind of sync with the sound that I'm hearing right now. So the music, it give me a zen feeling.
It is a bit.
Just what Mira needs.
That's right.
Oh wow! Again, give importance to the depth of field, and it gives you a not so depth of field kind of plan, right? So it's amazing.
It's closer to the subject.
Let's see. Yeah, they're small, and it's looking so cool. Next we have, oh, this is a very subtle plant. I really like this one over here. So I am gonna just copy it and put it into our collection. Pretty cool. We can even try more. There's another thing that I want to try. Like, what if we add more stuff close to her? Like, for example, what can else? Okay. Oh, I remember. So yesterday my daughter was saying she's alone. Can we add a friend? I'm like, who exactly? Oh, like a cat or dog?
A friend.
So let's try it out. Let's add in. That's a huge selection. Oh, another thing that I want to talk about is, if you notice, when I did the water bottle earlier, which I'm gonna just go back to that image. Okay, here. When I did the water bottle, I don't know if you noticed this, but I didn't even select like this and go water bottle. You need to specifically tell Generative Fill, like obviously you know what size is the water bottle, right? So that's the reason why I selected really small, because really I want Generative Fill to give me a very precise size of water bottle that I won't need. So please also try out that way in order to create something that you like. You are in control. Like the bushes, I kind of select the path that I need, right? So be realistic also in terms of selection and what are things that you want to give a prompt. Like for example, I can't be selecting this big and call it a dog. It doesn't make sense, isn't it? So it's super important to know what you want and let Generative Fill handle the rest, but be specific.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm gonna put in a dog here. And I don't know what dog I'm gonna put in, but I'm just gonna put dog. Let's see what I get. Okay, that's a reasonable size of a dog, but yeah. Hopefully it's like looking up towards her, but let's see.
Right, of dogs, I'm sure.
So again, I'm selecting. Oh, there you go. We have one.
Not bad.
That is so cute. I'm gonna let's zoom in.
That's gotta be it.
Oh my god. This gotta be it. Look at the colors. Oh my.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's like a shy dog.
Yeah, that's like a Australian Shepherd or something. That's
but
cool. But yeah, it's hard to go past this guy. I love how he's just got a jacket for no reason.
You got a jacket, yeah. Oh boy. I mean, I did ask for a dog. I think Generative Fill is being so kind. It was like, I want to give you an awesome dog.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just copy. Oops. I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna. Oh, I'm actually. Oh, okay. I'm working on that layer. Got it. So I'm gonna just add it in. That's perfect. So let's go back here and just change everything else. How long more we have, Flynn?
Oh, about 10 minutes max, I would say.
10 minutes. Oh, that's cool. That's more than enough. Okay, I am gonna just select more, and let's go beyond what we normally. Why don't we go to the cave? Oh no, there's a place in the U.S. Las Vegas that I went. What is it called? What is it called? Every time that cliff area. Las Vegas is known for, oh god, just when I need it.
In the US.
So oh, Grand Canyon.
Oh, the Grand Canyon.
That's what I want. Yes. So meaning we bring her even more art towards on top of that range. Let's see if I can get what I need.
I will also just mention again, just considering because this is a tip thing, that the dog was great in there, but it's definitely off the original like OG like language model. If I just did a quick little test myself, I can't share my screen right now, but
you did?
Of like I tried to describe what came through, so just a small dog with its paws up, looking adorable, and it's a very much more realistic looking dog. So I'll share it with you.
I see.
After.
Yeah, can.
But just letting
so I'm
people
getting
know.
Grand Canyon. Yeah, perfect. So I kind of like this one over here, and of course, you can even go better than this by maybe the cliff is very close to her, but it's like a safe place to sit. Let's call this cliff. Let's see what it does.
I'm trying to figure out how I can show this on screen. I'll
Sure.
figure it out. I'll figure it out before we're done.
Okay. Oh, there you go. It's really literally like a rough cliff, and please notice the detailing here.
Yeah.
Literally the bricks here are breaking.
They're breaking apart.
Right? You can see the power.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my. And then got a few more options. Oh, this.
Wow.
It's trying to understand the task, which is cliff. So you try to analyze. So the base is concrete. So cliff is here. It's not so solid, which makes sense. And this, a clean looking one, literally look like the place where reservation, they call it. Like you go there and just do this kind of like viewing. And this is probably the finishing that will happen. But literally, this is so cool. So is there anything else that you guys have in mind that you want to add? We add in water bottle. We have a handbag. We have a dog that's dancing with a jacket.
You could give her like a necklace or something, or like
yes,
or
good
something.
one.
Because
let's do that. So for this, okay. As a person who have been using this for quite some time now, if you want to create a necklace, don't just make a square like this and go like add necklace. Reason is because it might alter the clothes of her, which I don't want. So why don't you create a path where literally like this. Okay, let me just zoom in even more so they can have a closer look. So usually what I do is I will highlight, again trying to imagine the necklace will be around here.
Right.
And I hope what I need. I hope I get what I need. Just call this necklace. And we just wait for the magic to happen. Sometimes it fills the whole area with necklace, which is perfect. It follows the shape. Sometimes it sits within the selection, which is also perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I have few. There you go. Oh, wow. It matches her clothes, which is perfect.
Yeah, just the shadows and everything, like for something so delicate, it's awesome.
Yeah. This is pretty cool. Nice. There you go. I like this, and I thought it would be nice to also add more stuff. Now that you mentioned necklace, okay, let's try it out. I hope this works. Let's change a shoe. I mean, this shoe doesn't make sense to be worn at the Grand Canyon. So I don't know how, but I am gonna just select the shoe here. Again, notice how I do the selection very close to her original shoe, because I don't want to lose her feet and whatever not. There you go. One, and then one more. Again, pressing on shift so that I get 2 selections selected.
Nice. I figured out I've got the ability to share my dog generated in Firefly. Unfortunately, not with you while we're live, Ramesh. So I'll have to show you after. But I can show you when this generates. I'll flip it over and then I can show chat at least.
Okay, got it. So sports shoe. Show me your magic.
All right. By the way, everyone, this is the dog that was generated in Firefly. So just to kind of demonstrate the difference between the language learning model that is currently like powering generative fill, and then what you could produce if you wanted something a bit realistic. That's all. Ramesh, I'll show you after. I'll show you after. You'll have
to I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know you know, but I can't talk about showing
all right
and then not show the dog. All right, back to the shoes. That's awesome.
That, like I said, right, you need to really let Generative Fill know what exactly you want me to do, and look at the shoe. It follows the angle as well. So yeah, I love this one. This looks like my tracking shoe, but look, so good. I'm gonna just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so far we have done quite a bit of it. We have done, let's remove this background. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so these are the 6 items we have done so far. And ta-da! I'm also gonna share what we have done last night with my wife and my kid.
Yeah.
And look at the thing. Okay, this is my wife's prompt. She was like, I like the muted color. She loved this one. And then again, my wife, she loves Zen a lot. So there's a green park and whatever not. My daughter's work, she loves sunflower and she loves the rainbow. And this is what she can. Oh, and also I need to emphasize on the pink color umbrella.
Pink umbrella.
So cute. And I want to give importance to the detail. Like, for example, you know how usually you try to put something on a concrete and you just, obviously umbrella, right? Umbrella here. The shadow just nice. It's a subtle one over there. So good. She wants a funfair park. She gets it.
That's great.
She want to have a luggage. She said, okay, Dad, it's a railway station. She's going somewhere. She can't be traveling with the laptop. And I was like, what do you want? I want luggage with a toy. I get that toy.
That's awesome. So I love the logic of kids.
Yeah.
It's like, she's traveling. She needs luggage. It's like, oh yeah, of course.
Exactly. She's being so realistic.
Yeah.
And then similarly to what we have done, you know what is there? I even did a classic lamppost. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, my daughter's favorite. She wants everything to be vibrant. And can you imagine? I said, okay, I want a lot of flower and I want it to be in pink. And another specific thing, I want a butterfly.
Beautiful.
A butterfly that I add onto the flower. So yeah, this is what we have done. And I'm going to just do a quick preview of this using Timeline. And if you're wondering how to do this, maybe we can do a quick one the next time we have.
Yeah,
but this is a quick way to
about
show.
2 minutes left.
Okay, a quick way to show things, right? Like you know, if you're influencer, if you're someone who's like trying to create something in your Instagram reel, these are the ideas that you guys can create. You can literally export this as MOV for MPEG-4 file, and just get creative from there, and literally you can go crazy creating stuff.
That's it. It's awesome, and we were talking about that a little bit in the last stream. Like even if you're a static designer or something like that, you can kind of do something like this to make something really engaging that for your audience, but also for the algorithm, so more people see it. Changing something that's static to video very, very easily. It's very cool.
Yeah. And we are done.
We're done. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the 1 minute warning from Joe. Thank you so much, Ramesh, for joining us here on Adobe Live, sharing all of your insights and your workflow, answering the questions. Also, thank you everyone in chat for the amazing questions. It's always great to have a live stream with lots of questions and engagement. We will be back next week, and we'll have Ramesh back before you know it as well. So thank you again, Ramesh. It's lovely hanging out with you.
Thank you so much, Flynn. Thank you, everybody, for joining in for today's adventure.
All right. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.